Welcome, welcome. New day, new game, as I always say, but it's still Space Engineers. It's actually Space Engineers 2. Yeah, I had to jump on the hype train. I know, I've been nagging a bit in the Space Engineers 1, and some of you guys might feel really offended by that. And some people feel it's like a valid criticism. It is what it is on that point. I'm not gonna change my ways. If I feel something is off, I'm gonna call it out. With that said, I think that actually Space Engineers 2 can solve a lot of issues that I, as a new player, experienced in the first game. Now, with that said, I might have done stuff wrong or just made things a bit more complicated than needed, but there's definitely been issues. And looking through the community, I have not been alone complaining about that. Regardless, Space Engineers 2 then. Better speed, better graphics, a universal grid system, so we can actually build small grids, large grids, and even 25 centimeters blocks together. That, my friends, is gonna be a huge improvement in my eyes. I really did not like the large and small size grids. I really felt held back. Now, usually I wouldn't jump into a creative mode, because that's really not my thing. But with that said, that's what Space Engineers 2 has to offer, and maybe I should actually give it a fair try. I will say just the menu looks a lot nicer. So let's do a new game, I guess. And we got worlds, explore handcrafted worlds. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Unlimited tools, infinity resources, and we're gonna get the survival, and I'm gonna get the campaign. And this part is what I'm looking forward to, but it's not gonna be available for some time. I have no idea when they will actually release this part. And the same goes with multiplayer. I have no idea when they plan to release that either. Now the roadmap looks like this. We got creative mode today, January 27th. And we got a new vertical slice with Theme Workshop, where the community can start sharing our stuff that we made. There's one thing I really hope they avoid this time, because I might be wrong, guys. Don't hate me for it, but it feels like in Space Engineers 1 they did leave a lot of stuff over to the community pretty much solved. I hope that's not going to be the case this time. I really hope the community, the workshop stuff, is just going to be more for creative things and not fixing issues with the game. We're gonna get some improved mechanics and interface refinements in the vertical slice 1.2 and modding support in the vertical slice 1.5. Not sure why they're gonna call it vertical slice, because it's not something revolutionary coming here, it's just updates. Regardless, vertical slice 2, this is when I think the fun is gonna start, and this is probably when I'm gonna put more time into the game. That's gonna be when we get the planets and survival. I really think I'm gonna start in space next time. I really feel like doing the planet, it's not much of a challenge, but then again, if we get a good story this time, so we PvE noobs that just enjoys a good story and crafting and exploring and get that, and yeah, definitely gonna start on the planet. I won't have an issue with that. Water is gonna be really fun to see how they will implement. That's going to be the vertical slide 3. What's going to happen with the ice? The H2 and the oxygen and stuff. Guess we will see. And we've got the multiplayers and NPCs and story campaign coming afterwards. So yeah, we'll just have to see. So I guess we just have to jump into the game and have a look at them. System requirements though. Well, you need an Intel i3 3 GHz or an equal AMD CPU, 16 gigs of RAM, 1660 Super card or Radeon RX 5600 XT. 40 gigs of available space, and for some reason you need the latest Windows as well. Recommended is an Intel quad-core i7 or at the 3.6 GHz or an AMD equivalent, and also a GeForce 2080 Ti 3080 Radeon 6800 or higher. Now, I am not running a TI card at all, I'm running a 2080. But it definitely feels smooth and nice. We got some panels here, okay, sweet. Okay, I'm not sure about this one. Should I be able to twist my head like that? Okay, it is what it is. It's an alpha. I really like the graphics, to be honest. The lights is definitely improved. I will say that. Got some cool sounds as well. It's a pretty awesome miner. I like the new design. The 25 centimeter grid really makes a difference here. Things are definitely looking really nice. I will say that. Now, this is not going to be any playthrough or anything like that. We're not going to do too much here today. We're just going to have a quick look at this game and see what it offers. Now, I said I did run on a 2080. I got my FPS capped as always due to the capture card recording. Yeah. It's keeping a stable FPS. And I'm running high settings, so even if I don't have any frame drops, it can feel a bit stuttering. I'm not sure. I haven't looked that much into the settings yet. Oh, an assembler, okay. Do you like the screen here? Guess you had that in the old game as well. I never used the normal one. I always went for the advanced one. Got a gyro here. That one looks really nice, to be honest. Okay, so graphic-wise, I'm definitely gonna enjoy this game. Now I just did change the ray tracing part a bit, and feels a lot better. So I guess ray tracing can actually be the part that makes it feel a bit more sluggish. We definitely just gonna have a look around here. And I mean, even space looks frigging amazing now, guys. This is really nice. No, we're not gonna crash into that ship. Okay, I don't have a G button here, so we can't do anything there. We do have a K at the other hand. I am not sure about that one. Why don't we have a hotbar here? Okay. I will say, running around though feels a lot better. I'm not sure about the speed though. Can we see that one? Yeah, we can see that. Okay, that's sweet. The UI is a bit different. I guess you're getting a bit stutter there when the game is actually saving, but that's all good. Now there are stuff people in the community is actually talking about, and this is sensitive shit, I guess. I mean, some people say or believe it's the same game still. It's just an upgraded version of the engine. Other claims it's a completely new engine, and there's no way in hell you can actually update Space Engineers with a new engine. You know what? Man, it felt like everything was tilted sideways, and it is. That's kind of cool. Anyways, it is not a new engine as far as I understand it. It is, though, an upgraded one. Or updated one. Just as you have with Unreal Engine. You have Unreal Engines 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 5.1, 5.2. It's the same engine. It's just heavily altered in its coding. And I'm not a game developer, but I am doing some work in Unreal Engine. So I do know if you start a project or have a project in Unreal 4 and you're gonna change it for Unreal 5, it will definitely not be an easy task all the time. You will encounter issues where code you made for the game doesn't fit in anymore. And you might have to actually rewrite the whole game if you are really out of luck. So, doing Space Engineers 2, I see a valid point there, to be honest. Okay, this one has some stuff going on here. Seems like we have some Gatling cannons. Lock is working. Okay, here we got the toolbar. Okay, I'm not sure if... Yeah, I'm not sure how the toolbar actually works there now. I definitely need to check that out. But I will say, going in 300 kilometers or 400, and yeah, this is such a improvement. It's going to be a joy to actually travel in this game now, compared to the first one. Regardless, what I was saying about the engine, rewriting the whole code for the game might be a real pain. So I do understand that they actually are jumping into a new version here. But that said, I do see why people might feel a bit upset about this. So I do see why people might be upset, because they're going to get the same game with the same blocks and just a new engine. But also, the V-Rage Engine 2 most likely did its part. You can only do so much with that engine, as far as I understand it. And most of the issues one might have with Space Engineers 1 might be due to the fact that it's actually running on an engine that really wasn't up for the task and everything they added to the game. Now, does that mean I agree with it all? No, maybe not. With that said, I have said earlier that it does feel a bit odd to release a new game when you still have that many issues in your base game. But then again, as I said, it might be a issue with the engine as well, that they probably chewed off a bit more than the engine can handle. Put them in a position where they actually have to upgrade the engine, which will break most of the base game, and they pretty much have to start over from scratch. Now, some people have been worried about the blocks, that they will just add tons of blocks that we already had. They will charge you for a new DLC yet again. And I think if Keen does that, yeah, that's going to be a major issue for them. If they're going to release the same blocks as they had in the other DLCs in Space Engineers 1, they gotta make sure that people that actually bought it get the access to it in Space Engineers 2 for free as well. They cannot release the same blocks as new DLCs in this game. That's just not gonna happen. Now, we also have new physics to the game. It's using a new version or newer version of the Havoc system, which well, shit flies away pretty quickly here. I kinda like this, to be honest. Makes things a bit more interesting when you can blow stuff up like this. Yeah, it definitely looks kind of sweet, to be honest. It's nice to just screw things up. Explosions, you see every item getting beat up like crazy here. This looks like one of my ships in Space Engineers 1. Now, the only thing I hope won't happen here is like in being too dependent on the modders again. So in the base game, it felt like, at least as a new player, it felt like the modders were where you had to look for everything. Okay, that saving is a bit of an issue. Now in the base game, it felt like the modders was supposed to be the ones that solved all your issues. Had a problem, well, you had to look for a script or a mod that will actually add the stuff to the game that you needed. Now, Keen has definitely have to improve on that point and actually sort shit out in the game themselves. I know there's a lot of people who do not mind adding mods and stuff to the game, but not everyone is the same, and we need to remember that we are very, very different here. Some people don't mind, other people want stuff working in the game directly as supposed and not having to install a lot of mods and go through the pain with finding scripts to solve their issues. But I do hope the modding community will get the support they need, because they do bring a lot to the table. It's the same with Bethesda games as well. They bring a lot to the table, but also at the same time, a lot of the devs look at it as a quick fix for them and not having to worry about it. Just leave it to the modders, and the community will deal with the issues themselves. Now, I will say though, I am quite looking forward to this game. It could be really, really fun if they play the cards right. I think I bumped into something. So yeah. Space Engineers 2, guys. What do you think about it? And I hope you didn't jump in here because you believed I was gonna do some serious gameplay here. I just wanted to jump in and actually have a look at the game. See what it had to offer us. Now, I want to go out there and have a look. So let's just remove that window, because we can. And let's hope this is gonna be a new, fresh start for Space Engineers. The sad part is Keen really doesn't have... Come on. I'm not sure why I can't get through the door here. I need to lose some weight, I guess. Jesus. So the ship is tilted so I can't access the doors. Are you kidding me? Okay, yeah. There's definitely stuff to improve here. Let's just remove that door so I can actually get in here. Got some fires there. Okay, that's pretty sweet. We gotta admit though that Keen doesn't have the best rumor out there either when it comes to their games or previous titles. They have abandoned a couple of games like Medieval Engineers and There was some mining game they made as well, which people were a bit upset about. Space Engineers 1 comes with some issues. So Space Engineers 2, well, I would say this is where they need to step up their game. But did I hate playing Space Engineers 1? Absolutely not. Did I find issues with the game? Oh, absolutely. But I'm still gonna keep playing it, so it's definitely a title that I enjoy. Just by looking at the graphics and stuff and the new UI, it definitely is an improvement. I actually have high hopes for this game, to be honest. It's just new stuff we need to get into. I just hope they can push the content for this game, get us a nice storyline for those who actually enjoyed that part of the game as well. Give the modders the option and ability to do what they want. The guys who just loves to design and build, but you guys get what you need, because it definitely has the potential to do it all as long as they put in the work. Now, there's tons of people out there on YouTube who loves building shit and just figuring stuff out, and they're gonna make 600 episodes of Space Engineers before we reach the next vertical slice. I'm sorry, I'm not one of those guys. I might said try to build something in a empty world, but I think we need some more parts when it comes to mining and stuff before we can actually start doing anything serious. But I'm definitely gonna put some hours into this game, try to learn the system a bit, the UI, and hopefully we can get ourselves a new series in the near future. But damn, it looks really, really beautiful. But yeah, I'm gonna end this one, and I'll see you guys back in Space Engineers 1. So then, have a good one. Well, that's it for now, guys. Space Engineers 2. Early Alpha. Or Early Access, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, it was fun to have just a quick look at it and the sense of it. There's definitely been improvements with the upgraded engine here, and I really think we could have something fun to look forward to. Anyways, please drop a comment, because I would love to hear what you have to say about Space Engineers 2 and what you think about it. Also, hit that like and subscribe, will you? It would help me out tremendously. So, until next time, guys, take good care of yourself, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.